I'm Stacy Swimp from Project 21, and I'm here in Buena Vista Charter Township, and I'm honored to be here with Mr. Dwayne Parker, who is the Township Supervisor, and here, unfortunately, because recently we've had the Township Clerk. And would you please share her name? I want to make sure I have the right pronunciation.
Gloria Platko.
Yes. The clerk apparently has been recorded as saying that Mr. Parker is a nigger, an arrogant nigger at that. And I know that sounds very toxic, and folks, it's the reality of it is that's what she said. And it was recorded in a private conversation, and she's saying that she's not apologetic. Let me just say that. She's apologizing to the township. She's apologizing to everyone but Mr. Parker. So I'm here because I'm personally outraged. I think it's unacceptable, and I want to just give Mr. Parker an opportunity to share his thoughts on this. Mr. Parker, you know, first of all, let me just ask you, do you think that you can any longer work with this lady?
Well, yes, to answer your question in a couple of ways. Yes, I think I can work with Clerk Gloria Platko for a number of reasons. One, the business of Buena Vista Charter Township is first and foremost. We have a population of almost 10,000 individuals. We have a full-scale fire, police, DPW department, wastewater treatment plant, 2 parks and recreation. The business of the township and governance is first and foremost in my life, and so therefore, as long as she's on the board, I will continue to work with her along with the other 5 board members.
She says that the vocabulary that she used is something she learned when she was young. You would think that by now she should have grown out of that as a public servant, particularly in serving a major minority community, wouldn't you?
Well, absolutely. Certainly living in today's society, we are a lot more culturally sensitive to what's divisive. We are extremely sensitive, especially if we're of the age. I'm 52. I grew up in the 60s. My father's from Birmingham, Alabama. I'm very much familiar with the term and very much familiar with the actions behind that term. It was divisive then. It was extremely brutal and dangerous then. It's divisive now and brutal and dangerous now.
Considering the slur was directly towards you during the course, actually was official business, even though it was privately recorded, they were conducting official business. What do you think needs to be done in order to make things right?
Well, there's a number of things that come to my mind. First and foremost, I think Clerk Platko should simply apologize, not only to me, but should apologize to the community at large. I think what needs to be done is that she needs to take a large reflection, look at herself in the mirror, and ask the question, can I continue to serve this community given the posturing that I took, given the posturing that I'm currently taking, given the divisive, mean-spirited words that she used? Can she continue to serve all of the constituents, or all of the residents, I should say, here in the community? So I think the question is what can be done, or what should be done. It can be answered by me personally, but it also needs to be asked to the residents of Buena Vista Charter Township. Can we have an individual continue to serve us in a very honest, forthright manner by feeling and using the terms that she used?
What's worse, the lack of professionalism or the personal animosity that she has, that she's directed towards you?
Well, I would say both. They're equally.
Not one or the other.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah. You know, again, this is 2013, and there are so many reasons behind being culturally competent, being culturally sensitive. We're a community of 52% minority. Those particular words are just sacrilege, if you will, here in this community, but sacrilege throughout the country. They bring about division amongst not only your peers, but they bring division amongst the community. And so those particular words are just bad, it's bad judgment, it's bad articulation, and it's a very, very divisive way in trying to conduct business, even if you disagree with the other individual. Those terms are just not appropriate to use.
What do you say to some people, and some people have said this, well, what's the big deal? You know, young black guys use words like that. The rappers use these kind of words. Why is there such an outrage with her using them? I've actually heard that. And my personal response to that was, she's an elected official. Now, if she wants to use that in her private time, outside of her official capacity, whether I like it or not, you know, then go ahead. But what do you say to people who are saying, well, you know, why are black people outraged about this if this word seems to be so accepted within the black community?
Well, first and foremost, I'm not young, and I don't use those words.
Right.
Number one. Number two, I'm very much aware of society, and we can only address the society that we are currently living in. And in this society, Buena Vista Charter Township, those words are not tolerable, particularly when you are an elected governmental official. It's just not appropriate behavior, and for an individual of senior age, should know better.
Absolutely. Do you have any animosity towards her?
No, I don't. Certainly a personal feeling of resentment, a personal feeling of anger, but there's no animosity. My goal, my objective is to continue to work as best I can to serve the residents of Buena Vista Charter Township. I'm going to remain focused and diligent on that, and not this particular articulation of my colleague. I'm also a man of faith, and I'm trying to get to heaven, and I was taught to forgive.
That's right. That's right. Dwayne, how did this bad blood start? Because, you know, obviously it's not something you're personally engaged in, but it had an origin someplace. From your perspective, how did this bad blood start?
I don't know, Stacy. I really don't know. As we meet throughout the course of the month, we have meetings, committee meetings, as well as board meetings. Certainly we disagree on issues from policy and legislation. Certainly we have different views and perspectives, and it's not a secret that Clerk Platko has expressed those particular opinions and views, but never once did I thought it would become this, or stoop to this low articulation, this low word name calling, and so on. So I'm very much concerned about how that was brought up and why it was used.
Besides any professional relationship, can you forgive her personally? You said that you can.
Yes.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.